Hello, I hope we're all doing very well. This is a video, basically, I asked some people, basically I only subscribed to tell me how BTS helped them, Like, obviously a lot of people talk about how they help people across the world and stuff like that, but I wanted to know people's reasons of how they've helped them. So, you can say, the music talks about this subject, but, like, how did it help you personally get over something or overcome something? So, my thing was just to say, it wasn't something that a lot of people probably don't want to do it, so I understand why there's such little comments. I think it's more to do with the fact that not everyone's comfortable sharing the story of what they've been through. But for the people who did, I'm very thankful that he did, because it helps me show people who are not necessarily BTS fans or anything like that, that there's actually more to them than just the music, So I'm going to tell you from my personal own view, I'd say the best thing about them for me personally is reflection. I basically watch them. I've just started to question things that I've done, and and how not necessarily I weren't a horrible person, but I wasn't always the nicest person in the world and certain things. So it's kind of made me look at myself a bit better and just realize that other people deserve to be treated a little bit better, and to give people the benefit of doubt and stuff like that, and not try to judge people as much as I should. I don't judge people easily, but now and again it's kind of a natural thing. You're like, ugh, or do you know what I mean? It just comes out, like, it used to just be a natural thing to me. So now, like, it's helped me take a step back from my high horse, essentially thinking that I'm essentially better than everyone, or I'm this or I'm that, or whatever, or ego complex, big headed, all this self-confidence type of stuff, and kind of just like look at situations a bit more deeply, than instead of just going, oh, that's a crackhead on the street, horrible, do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that guy's homeless, maybe he wants some food, maybe it's not his fault that he's homeless. So it's kind of just made me reflect on myself and just realize that I need to be better to other people and stop necessarily always caring about myself, and just remember that even though I've got my own problems and stuff like that, there's people out there that are a lot worse off than me and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what they've done for me, and they've made me smile quite a lot. They're extremely funny people, and well, essentially they create content to let me do content on BTS. So obviously, I'm very grateful for that too, and also I'm very grateful for everyone who subscribes and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, that's my personal reason anyway of what essentially has helped me. Basically just look at situations a bit differently than usual. And yeah, let's get into the video where I show you people's comments. Right, so the first one is, they help me to love myself and to stay happy. See, that's a very good thing. The truth is, a lot of people don't love themselves. That's the honest truth, because society these days has a certain basically a certain standard of life. You have to look like this, you have to dress like this, you have to talk like this, you've got to be this. So when you've got that type of self-worth, and that you're happy within yourself, people's comments and people's horrible little digs at you don't no longer affect you, because deep down inside you're still happy with yourself. So that's a very good thing to have, and I'm very happy for Amina to get that. Do you know what I mean? It just goes to show that music does actually help you, and I'm not necessarily saying they get bullied or anything like that, but sometimes people feel unconfident and stuff like that. So it's a very good thing to see other people and how it essentially is helping them. On to the next one. Right, this one's a bit longer. I discovered them when I became sick and I was spending my days at home bored and sad. Then I saw their Not Today song and I couldn't stop listening. Then I watched interviews and shows and stuff, and I got to know their names and personalities. I can't really say that I can really say that I became happier because of them. They taught me how important it is to talk about your feelings, and they are teaching me how to love myself. So I'm very happy that I found them, and I'm proud to say I'm army. Yeah, fair enough. See, now that's a very good thing. Like I said, talking about your feelings, right there. That for a guy anyway. Personally, for a guy to talk about your feelings is a very hard thing. It's not because the simplest way to put it is because we're masculine and we feel like we've got this certain certain standard to uphold. You know what I mean? A guy's a rock. You know what I mean? He can get through anything. His feelings don't matter. Do you know what I mean? He can push through anything. It doesn't matter. That's the genuine picture of a guy. He's a man, so he can deal with this stuff. But the truth is, the reason why suicide is so high is because men don't get to talk about the feelings, because people just think you're being soft or you're being, so it's a very good thing for them to kind of show people that you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to talk about it. Why shouldn't you talk about it? You know what? Because a woman or someone said you're being soft, or a guy saying you're being soft. You know, to speak about your feelings is probably the best thing you can do, because it's like, you know, it's like a lift off your chest. It makes you feel so much better. Like it's like having 100 kg on your shoulder and someone just literally lifting it off you, and you're like, and you can breathe again. You can start to like just think and just use your brain a bit more, and kind of just essentially see the light. Do you know what I mean? And start seeing more to it than just the bad side of the world. So that's a very good thing, and I'm very happy that you got that. You know, and teaching you how to love yourself, that's a hard thing in general. It actually is, because you know, your worst enemy is your own imagination and yourself. That's the honest truth. Your worst enemy has always been yourself, I'd say. So when you start to learn to love yourself, life becomes a little bit easier for you. On to the next. They are helping me to love myself. Of course. I'm still learning, but one day I will be confident in myself, and the music cheers me up every day. See, that's very good. So simple. So sometimes it's just simple things like they just cheer me up. The music just helps me get through my day. Simple things like that. Simple, but very, very, very good, because they help you get through, you know, little situations. If you feel like anxiety on a bus, or you feel uncomfortable in situations, you know, you can stick your headphones in, listen to a bit of music, and time just flies by, and essentially you can get through your day and stuff like that. So that's a very good thing to have as well. So I'm very glad for sugar banana milk. Right, let's do this. Lesbians for Namjoon. Nice name. Right. When I discovered BTS, I wasn't in a very good place mentally. I have struggled with self-love in the past. I still kind of do. Of course, I knew that I wasn't the only one going through that, but I never saw people as famous as BTS using their platform to spread the message. Very true. They do use their platform to, you know, spread a lot of goodness in the world, which is a very good thing. Spread the message of self-love like this is definitely hit home and made me realize so many things. I love them for that. Another part is that I want to mention, it's not just the music. All BTS members have such interesting and kind personalities. Whenever I listen to them talk, it definitely motivates me to be a better person in life, especially the continuous message from Namjoon that it's okay to fuck up or make mistakes in life. The important part is to realise your mistakes and learn from them and try not to repeat them. And that, I think, is cool. Very true. Now let me tell you, personally, I've made so many mistakes you don't even know. And I don't want to get into it because I don't want people to feel sorry for me or think I'm an idiot. But I've made some very, 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 very bad mistakes in my life. And sometimes I wish I could take them back. But the fact that now I know what I've done and that I can learn from them is a very good thing. And that is probably the hardest thing in the world to do. Is because once you make a mistake, it's so easy just to repeat it because it just becomes easier to do every time. So the hardest thing about that is to learn from it. That is the genuine the hardest part of it is to learn from your own mistakes. I'd say they use a platform in such a good way. Like, the honest truth is they don't, you know, a lot of people's platforms are just used for political sides of things, you know what I mean, to get certain people votes, enhancements, you know what I mean, big paydays. That's the whole plan of most people's famous thing, is to get paid, do whatever that pays the most, get on with it, and when I retire, I'm rich. That is the genuine goal of a lot of famous people, which is fair enough because, you know, you've only got one life to make the most of it. But the fact that they've essentially, you know, used it in a good way, very good thing. Right, this one, let's go back to the new scene bar. BTS helped me to like different genres I used to not like. That is the exact same for me. Like I said, I never ever, well, I wouldn't say the exact same for me because I did listen to Blackpink first, but I'd say BTS, you know, all these K-pop groups have helped me realise that there's more genres to what I just like, and exploring is probably the most fun thing you could ever do. It genuinely is. Once you start listening to different types of music, life becomes so much fun, and just you realise that there's so much out in this world, and you've been in this tiny little bubble sat in your bedroom or in your house, and it's just like, wow, crazy. But yeah, I was able to grow accustomed to and actually enjoying genres like hip hop, pop, EDM when I used to only like rock music. I thought hip hop genre was super toxic and pop and EDM were emotionless. I can't say they're our ultimate group because I personally prefer the music of Dreamcatcher, whose main genre is rock, but I cherish them as people, role models, and my gateway to the new world. Don't get me wrong though, I still love them and a lot to keep up with their schedules. It's just that my musical preferences lay somewhere else. See? So even though they essentially aren't his favourite, group in the world, he still found a way to, essentially just try and listen. And it's helped, like he said there, it's helping him essentially just get through things and just become life becomes easy. Do you know what I mean? He still keeps up with the music and he enjoys them as people, and essentially that just creates entertainment. So if you do have a problem, or you're feeling stressed out, or you're feeling a bit anxious and stuff, and you're sat in your bedroom and you don't know what to do and you're feeling sad, you can go watch some of their episodes, or you can listen to some of the music, and it kind of just takes your mind away a little bit from what you're thinking, and I think that's a very good thing. There's one more, but it's on Twitter. Her name is Cup of Tea on what you call it. I need to move that really quick because I'll close it down there. And basically, I'm not gonna show her name on Twitter because I said I wouldn't, I think. But yeah, so basically I'm gonna tell you what she said here. Hey, so I saw your community post. Well, for me personally, I suffer with depression and anxiety, and BTS lyrics are something really special. I mean, it's kind of amazing. Their songs encourages self-love, and not only that, they also teach us very important life lessons as well. For example, in their song Spine Breaker, they teach us that it's not good to want expensive and name brand stuff, especially when you're in high school and your parents already work really hard to provide for you in the first place, and you won't die if you don't have name brand clothing. And another example would be in their song Pied Piper. They literally tell the fans that it's nice that they love them, but it's more important to study for your test than constantly watching videos of them and procrastinating. Law. So that just goes to show right there, pretty much. Right there, do you know what I mean? Dealing with depression and anxiety is a very hard thing to deal with. That is the honest truth. It is. Like, I wouldn't say I had like mega depression or anything like that, but I didn't. But there has been times in my life where I didn't really want to be here anymore, and stuff like that, and I didn't really know how to get over it and stuff. Luckily, my girlfriend just being around me kind of helped and stuff like that, and then I had my daughter and stuff like that, and my life kind of changed, and I looked at things a bit differently. But it's good to see that they help so many people around the world, and I'm very happy for that because it essentially happiness is better than sadness. That's all I can say, really. If everyone's happy, life's fun. If everyone's sad, it's not fun. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that they're helping people get over these obstacles and things in the way, they've always been a very good thing in my eyes. Yeah, but thank you very much for watching. It's been super fun to see how, not super fun because some of them are quite sad, but it's good to show how BTS has essentially helped other people in this world, and also helped me as a person and as a human being. So I'd just like to say thank you very much to them, and also thank you for the people who commented and shared your story with me. You didn't have to do that, but you did anyway. So I do thank you very, very much. And yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon, and peace.